people on here, but I just want to say welcome to, my live. Please like, share, subscribe. You know what I'm saying? And this is just from a perspective, right? I'm not talking down on nobody. I'm not saying who's right and who's wrong. I just want to look at things from all angles in all perspectives. I just want to see how can we look at this from all angles, right? Because I don't know. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. So, Tony Yayo, let's get y'all the backstory real quick, right? G Unit and Murda Inc. has been going, it's just been this life lasting, it seemed like it's going to be a life lasting beef between members from G Unit and members from, I don't even know if it's members, you know what I'm saying, from Murda Inc., right? Uh, I remember back in the day, some years ago, G Unit had a fight, and 50 Cent was in it, right? With members from Murda Inc. When, some of the rap members, like, and somebody actually got hurt. I think, if I'm not mistaken, don't quote me on this, but I believe 50 Cent was injured by a knife. And, a lot of other things took place, and I'm not going to jump into that. But for those who are like pretty young, this so-called, well, not even so-called, but this beef has been going on for, shit, if we go back 10 years, that's 2016, 20 plus years. Because if you go back 20 years, that's 2006, right? So it's always been 50 Cent saying things about Ja Rule and people from Murda Inc. It's always been people, you know what I mean, like Ja Rule saying things about 50 Cent. And it was other members from Murda Inc., you know what I mean, that used to say things about 50 Cent, like, he got shot and all this and all that, or whatever the case may be. So, moving up to date, right? And rest in peace to Irv Gotti as well. Rest in peace to Irv Gotti. Now, 50 Cent is from the South Side, and Murda Inc. and Ja Rule, they're from the North Side of Queens, right? So it went from something physical. Now, since we're in before the internet era, things got physical between G Unit, 50 Cent, and Ja Rule, Murda Inc., right? Now we in this, and we've been in this internet era where, just everybody just, talking. And one day, somebody got to meet up. One day, you're going to bump into the person that you don't like, right? And this is why a lot of people, even myself, be assuming that all this is just make-believe beef. But this G Unit and Murda Inc. is not make-believe. Trust me, if you wanna know if the G Unit and Murda Inc. beef is make-believe, it's not make-believe. It's not. Somebody actually got hurt before. It was a little free fall, inside of a room, somebody got hurt. Now we can look at this from a lot of perspectives, right? We can look at this from a lot of perspectives, and you can ask yourself, okay, what was Tony Yayo and Uncle Murda? What were they supposed to do to Ja Rule? What perspective you want to look at it from? You can look at it from a gangster perspective, a thug perspective, or you can look at it from a mature perspective, right? And you can also look at it from an immature perspective. Which one you want to start with? We can start with the mature perspective, right? Okay. After a while, I mean, you're on an air flight, right? You're first class. You're on the way to a bag. What's up, y'all? What's the word? You're on the way to a bag. And I'm talking about, I'm sure Tony Yayo, Uncle Murda were on their way to a bag, just like Ja Rule more than likely was on his way to a bag. But who cares where they were going to, right? Let's look at it from a mature perspective. Uncle Murda is 45. Tony Yayo was about 46, 47. Ja Rule is about 49 years old. That's well over 100 years. Okay? If you put their ages together, it's damn near 150 years, right? If you put their net worth together, it's well over millions with the S on the end. What the F are y'all doing on the air flight talking about let's fight? Shut the F up and go get your money. That is broke behavior. When you're mature, you're looking at things like, yo, I'm getting too much money to be beefing now. Besides, I am damn near 50 years old. So as a mature man, first class, sitting first class, on my way to a bag, I'm going to let you have that one. That's it. I'm going to let you have that one. I ain't going to say nothing to you. You don't say nothing to me. And we just going to get on this flight and pray I'm going to pray for myself that I get there safely and you do the same for you. Because at the end of the day, bro, we are all damn near 50 years old. We are on a plane. This is a federal offense. Soon as this joint take off, we definitely can't do nothing. Because the minute we land, the federales is coming to get us. I'm sure Ja Rule is the matriarch of his family. I'm sure Uncle Murda and Tony Yayo is the same thing. Without those three, I'm sure they are the ones that's feeding their family. They are the head of their family, the leader of their union. They are the financial provider for their families. I am sure. I see Ja Rule. I see Tony Yayo. I'm going to let it slide for now. It's like it's sort of like, God forbid, somebody passing away that two enemies love, right? A person passed away and two enemies love this person, right? What you gonna do? Oh, I seen you at the funeral, so it's up. I'm gonna up it on you at the funeral. I'm gonna fight you at the funeral. I'm going to do something to you at the funeral. That's not going to happen. So seeing your op on the airplane, the mature thing to do is let it go. The mature thing to do is let it go. Give me enough. That's the mature way of looking at it. Now, you could have been like, yo, I want to move my seat. I want to move my seat. That's the mature way to handle it. Tony Yayo, Murda, shut up, chill, get on your flight, and fall back. Right? Fall back. Now, what's the immature thing to do? Oh, I seen my op on the air flight. I'm not going to put my hands on him, but I'm going to make him uncomfortable. And the reason why I'm saying it's immature, because if you're not going to do nothing, why are you doing this? Let that man get on his flight and just shut up. But I'm gonna take the immature route, and I'm gonna say a few things. You bitch, you sucker, what you wanna get into? You ain't gonna do nothing. Let's shake, what's up? Let's shake, let's go back and forth. Let's shake, let's shake, let's shake, let's shake, let's shake, shake, let's shake. Let's get it shaking. What's up? You wanna get it shaking? We just gonna talk. Because we know neither one of us is really going to do anything, because neither one of us are trying to get kicked off these airlines. So the only immature thing to do is just talk. Yo, you a bitch. Yo, you a sucker. Yo, let's get it shaking. What you gonna do about it? Pussy, faggot. That's the immature way to handle it. You see him and you just start talking. You just start talking until somebody get uncomfortable and leave. Now, what is the gangster way? What you think the gangster way is? What you think the gangster way is? Because gangsters don't care about consequences when they see they're up. Gangsters don't care about consequences when they see they're up. A gangster don't got no picks. So when they see they're up, it's on sight. It's on sight. I see my op, it's on sight. And that's the gangster way. So this is what I'm saying. There's three perspectives on how you can handle it. You can handle it the mature way, which is don't say nothing because you know you're not going to do nothing. You can handle it the immature way. When you see him, you know you're not going to do nothing, but just say something to him. Make it uncomfortable. Or you could do it the gangster way and just do something to him. What am I saying wrong? What am I saying wrong? So, if you were one of the ones that was expecting Tony Yayo and Uncle Murda to do something, you got to be a gangster with no picks. You got to be considered a gangster with no picks or a person that want to antagonize and instigate. If you wanted to see, if you thought it was cool that Tony Yayo and Uncle Murda didn't do nothing, but they were saying whatever that they wanted to say to him, you got to be young, old and immature. You have to be young and immature, old and immature, or you got to feel like, although I can't do nothing or I don't want to do nothing, I still want to make it uncomfortable. Now, if you felt like, man, them dudes shouldn't have said nothing. If they was going, they should have just waited until they got off the flight and went somewhere and then got it shaken. Or don't do nothing at all. Yo, listen, bro, we're gonna let this one slide. We on our way to a bag. We on our way to a bag. We're gonna let it slide. Yes, that tough shit is played out. That tough shit is tough shit is whack. Tough shit is whack, man. It's for the birds. And like I said before, now my opinion is that these guys are, like I said before, these guys are collectively over 150 years old, damn near. Or damn near 150 years old. They're a little under 150 years old. I don't know what is it that you can possibly do at this point. I don't look at Yayo as a sucker for not doing nothing. I don't look at Uncle Murda as a sucker for not doing nothing. I just want to know, what is it that people expected them to do? They should have just let that man get on that flight and see what he would have did, and I would have recorded him leaving. If he a real op, which he is to Yayo at least. Facts. I honestly don't. I can't see myself. I can't see myself like. I don't know. Now, another thing. He threw a pillow at Yayo. Yayo, that was your right to defend yourself. Hear me out. Even if you felt like a pillow, man, whatever, that was your excuse to do something to him. That was your excuse to do something to him. That's it. You admitted that he threw a pillow at you. He said he threw a pillow at you. That was your supreme right to do something back at him. Because that was an assault. I don't care if you threw a kickball at me. An assault is an assault. That's like you robbing me. You think this is a gun, and you're robbing me with a comb. An assault is an assault. Am I saying something wrong? Tony Yayo, that was your leg to stand on. That was your leg to stand on. When that man threw that pillow at you, that was your leg to stand on. Now, again, gangsters think about the consequences later. Right? I don't know what type of bag you was going after, but I'm sure if you was going after a crazy bag, you let that shit slide. This is something to think about. I don't know. Because it's like, okay, I'm on my way to to get 100,000. I'm on my way to get 250,000, a quarter million. If I don't get this, if I don't get here by this time, I can miss out on that money. I can use a quarter million. Damn, I'm hustling. I need my money. I'm hustling. Do I go get my quarter million? Alhamdulillah, mashallah. Do I get my quarter million? Or do I look at this guy hitting me with a pillow and me using this time to defend myself? What do we do here? What do we do here? And that's something that you have to think about. Now, let's step the numbers up. If that was 50 Cent, right? And 50 Cent was on his way to get a million or 1.5 million. And we don't know what Yayo got in his bank. Because Yayo can have $1 million in his bank right now. Remember, all them tours and all that he was on and doing all this and doing all that, I'm sure Yayo got $1 million in his account. Oh, I'm sure. Or $1 million in assets, right? So let's look at 50 Cent. Now, we know 50 Cent got $1 million in his account, right? But let's say he want to go do something and pick up a little cool 1.5 million. Do you think 50 Cent will allow Ja Rule to hit him with a pillow? Do you think Ja Rule, do you think 50 Cent will allow Ja Rule to hit him with a pillow? Chat, do you think that 50 Cent will allow Ja Rule to hit him with a pillow? Tell me what y'all think. I don't know. I don't I don't know. I don't I don't and not only allow him to hit him with a pillow, right? But take the risk of losing a large amount of money. I don't care what nobody say. 50 Cent can have 50 million is in his account. 50 Cent can have 50 million in his account. For somebody to say, damn, I'm about to go pick up 1.5 million real quick. That ain't no chump change. Don't think because I got 50 million in my account, I don't want to pick up 1.5 million. And I'm talking about in retrospect to Tony Yayo, right? I believe whatever Tony Yayo was on his way to pick up a bag, do something, whatever he's going to do, and pick the bag up. What? He probably could have picked up 100,000, 250,000. So I'm just trying to equal it out. Did Yayo say, damn, I'm gonna let you slide with you hitting me with a pillow? Now he didn't pick the pillow up and hit him with it like that. He threw the pillow at him. You know what? I'm about to go pick this bag up. I'm gonna let that slide. 50 Cent Ja Rule, imagine Ja Rule throwing that pillow at 50 Cent. Do 50 Cent say, you know what? I'm gonna let that slide. I'm about to go pick this bag up. You gotta put everything in perspective here. You gotta put everything in perspective. Now, am I mad that Tony Yayo said, all right, man, Ja Rule threw a pillow at me, knocked my hat off. Fine. I ain't gonna do nothing. Am I mad at that? No, I'm not mad at it. Do I feel like if Yayo and Murda would have got locked up, 50 Cent still would have been happy that they beat Ja Rule up? Yeah. And he would have bailed them out. That would have made 50 Cent feel good. But he also know that they did the right thing. And this is why Ja Rule left and took exit. I think 50 Cent felt like, damn, I really wanted y'all to beat him up, but I'm happy you didn't because I would have had to pay for it. But that's something I wouldn't mind paying for. I can hear 50 Cent right now. It would have been good watching them beat Ja Rule up. And that's something I would have had to pay for with lawyer fees and stuff like that. It would have hurt me. I don't want to, but it would have been fine because it would have fed my dopamine. But I take him getting off the flight instead. I'll take that. So now 50 Cent got to pick and choose which one is more funnier. Or which one would be better to troll? Him throwing a pillow at Yayo and Yayo got to hold back so he don't mess up the brand and mess up the bag? Or Ja Rule saying, you know what, I'm going to get off this flight. I think he loves the fact that Ja Rule got off that flight more. Yeah. Now, if this was in a place where it ain't no no possible federal indictments and, people getting locked up, yeah, 50 Cent would have been going crazy. 50 Cent would have been going crazy. And I still think that if it was 50 Cent, he would have still did something. Because 50 Cent, he knows what he's working with. I would have had to pay for two. If it was me, I would have just had to pay for me. These are the things we gotta think about here, y'all. So on another note, I'm happy they didn't do anything because who knows how that could have turned out, right? Ain't no telling if they would have got banned from a certain airline or if not all airlines. Uh, ain't no telling if they would have got locked up and Ja Rule is from the streets, but who knows? Who knows if he wouldn't have sued or not? Like, we don't know that. We don't know if he would have took it to the next level. And yeah, that definitely would have tarnished his street credibility. But that man is almost 50 years old, and who knows? Now, from the outside looking in, for those who don't think past their height, it definitely looked like Ja Rule was with all the dumb shit. Ja Rule was with all of the dumb shit. Trust me. He wanted wreck with everybody on that airplane. Now, did Ja Rule feel like these guys are not going to do nothing on the airplane? Why would they? If they jump me on this airplane, damn, that's a lawsuit. I can actually sue the air the air I could shoot the air company, air flight company, sorry. Something to think about, man. B McFly getting to get activated. I'm clocked out. Let's go.